I'm Taissa Farmiga, and I play Sister Irene, who at the end of the first movie went through an extremely traumatic experience trying to banish the demon Valak back to hell under Saint Carda. And she thought she was successful, but as we come to find out at the beginning of this movie, she was not. It's been about 5 years since the end of the last movie, and the story picks up pretty quickly with Sister Irene, who has joined this sort of band of misfit nuns, and she lives in a nunnery in Italy. She prides herself on living her daily life in the present, and out of nowhere, she gets a call from the cardinal, which she's blindsided by. Irene, in the first film, there was a lot of questioning and uncertainty of how she fits into the world. And I think when we first meet Irene in this movie, she has a much stronger aura of confidence around her. You know, she's still just as kind and sweet as she was in the first movie, but she's lost her naivety. It's an extremely special thing to be able to film on location where the story is actually set. And we have been lucky enough to be here in south of France, in Aix-en-Provence, and Tarascon, and Martigues, and Marseille, and it's just been an, an out of this world experience. You know, I think that you're obviously going to get, the locations are obviously going to give the expected dark and haunted feel, but they're also juxtaposed with these beautiful, you know, southern France landscapes and countryside. And I think that being able to film in real, tangible locations, you know, there's an energy that sometimes is hard to recreate on stages. And being able to have the balance of that and being able to be here and film in Aix-en-Provence in a scene that is set in Aix-en-Provence is just, it's such a privilege. When I first read the script, I was most excited about the female friendship story and the dynamic between Sister Irene and Sister Deborah. And getting to work with Storm has been fabulous. I feel like she brings such a fearlessness to Deborah. I think that young female characters especially can be written a bit passive or looking to others for guidance. And I think Storm plays Deborah with a strength that is captivating and nuanced. Jonas brings he instills such charm into every ounce of this character, and he also gives him such a sense of humanity. And I think that the audience is really gonna love seeing Maurice, seeing Frenchie in this new light, especially through the beautiful connection he has with Kate and Sophie, which you meet at St. Mary's. I love Bonnie Aarons so much. But every time I see her, and she's gonna take this as a compliment, every time I see her, there's this little part of me inside that's like, oh no. It's fear. I think it's fear. She just loves to, she's so funny. She loves to make people feel things. And she's just so expressive with her face and eyes, and she loves being Valak so much. And if you can love it that much, that spooks me, which is why she's so perfect. Michael Chaves is a wonderful, wonderful director. I got to work with him previously just for a quick flash on reshoots for the original Nun, but when I found out he was doing this, I was very excited. I'd read the script, and then we all hopped on a Zoom, and from the first moment we had spoken, he was very open to wanting to make the best project possible, and it's the collaboration, which is something I really respond to. I'm not someone who's very forward, or I like to, you know, I don't put my foot down and say this is the way things need to be, and I love working with people who also are open to, it's just collaboration. I think that's one of Chaves' biggest strengths as a director is collaboration. He's direct. He doesn't like to waste time, which is appreciated. He has a sense of awareness, a really good sense of awareness of the present moment as well as the big picture, which I feel like, especially in these films, is so important. I find that he really valued, you know, his crew's opinion that's surrounding him. He values the opinion of his actors and our insights into the characters, and he gives us the freedom to come to him and say, hey, this line, you know, I think it needs a tweak. It doesn't feel right, doesn't say it. Or he's quick to be like, how do you feel about that? And that collaboration, especially with a character that, you know, I spent so much time with her years ago and filming and then talking about her in press and then seeing the movie and coming back again, you know, there was a respect of, Sister Irene, how do we portray her accurately and how do we do it together? So I love working with Shavs. He's a good person, great director, good person. I think audiences are going to be really excited about this film in particular because it really starts to link and connect characters from the different films in the Conjuring universe and bring them together and start to explain why are there similarities here. This is not just coincidence. Coincidence is not fun. And I promise you, it is not just a coincidence. We are so grateful and humbled to have such dedicated fans, and we do our best to want to keep up with the supply and demand. There's something special about getting into a dark theater and being there with a large group of people who are so excited to experience the same thing. And our movie is gonna scare the shit out of you. So enjoy it.